Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, everything's a bit wibbly wobbly on the screen. So I'm so sorry about that. Oh dear, I'm not going to moan about my stand again. I'll drive you guys up the wall. But yes, it's all going a bit wobbly woo today. Okay, I'm never ever going to say I'll see you tomorrow again because things happen and then I don't get to see you tomorrow. So from now on, I'm going to say something like, see you next time. So anyway, I'm back up here with our prototype journal, which is our mini journal for Christmas. And I just wanted to go through some boo-boos, really. So one of the things I noticed that when I used Fabri-Tac with this particular type of lace, it just came through and kind of stained it. Oh, we've got a bit of glue there. And also, you know, we still had this speckling from the Mod Podge, which I quite like. I don't mind. And I can see the streaks of the Mod Podge. I quite like the texture it gives to the cotton. But again, if that's something you don't like, then Mod Podge is definitely not the one to use for your covers. I found tying this binding quite tricky. I'm going to play around with that again because it just keeps coming loose, and I have put glue on it. As you can probably see, I just took a piece of a hot glue gun from there, which it just didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. But anyway, so this is tricky, but I think it's doable. I think it's just you've got to have a bit of patience and just make sure that, you know, you're taking your time, and putting your thumb on it while you tie it worked quite well for me. I'll just show you that. You know, just putting some pressure with your thumb and then pulling tight. I probably can't do it on camera now, can I? Oh, goodness. One of those days. There we go. So that didn't work too badly. I mean, it gave me quite, you know, a nice tightness to the pages. I messed up on this because you remember I said I was going to put another piece of fabric or something to cover up my rough edges. I did it, but then when I came to put my corners on, they're a bit wonky because it's not in the center. So on that page, I messed up. On this page, it wasn't too bad. So that is something I'll be aware of when I come to do the other journals. I need to make sure that this is pretty much in the center. You can see here all the corners are pretty fine, but on this page, like, it's not directly into that corner. I just needed to move it over that little bit, but that's okay because that's the idea of a prototype, you know, to play around with it. Also, my board started to bend a bit with the Mod Podge, so that's also something, you know, don't leave your Mod Podge to dry where it is. Dry immediately with your dryer and kind of bend it back into shape as you're doing it. Fabri-Tac has left me some staining, and I don't really like that, but you know, that's the idea of a prototype, and to show you these videos so that you can make the same mistakes that I've made. You know, that's the idea. We don't want a polished video. We never want polished videos on this channel. I managed to also use those really gaudy corners, but you know, Christmas is great for gaudy gold. It's, you know, it's what Christmas is all about, gold and silver. And, you know, I know we've got more colours that we go into now. I mean, I've got blue and pink and green, and I've got some Scandi elements to my Christmas decorations because I have Scandi furniture in my living room. So that's why I kind of do that at Christmas. But we do have a hallway. We've got a tiny bungalow, but this year we chose to decorate the hallway as well. I have to put some pictures on my Instagram for you. And yeah, it's really gaudy and really crazy and red and gold and everything else. So we actually have 2 Christmas trees up this year, one black and one white, which again is not your traditional colours, but yeah, I'll definitely put you some pictures on so you can see. So yeah, and of course I had the silly characters that I did a video and showed you. They're all under that Christmas tree. So yeah, it's been mad, but it's been fun. So yes, so that's just something to think about when you are doing a central panel. And I've just gone around it with this lovely gold fringing that I had in my stash. Yeah, so it's just this boo-boo here, and you know, I may even just give this away to somebody as a prototype, because that way you could kind of pull it apart and play around with it and kind of see how I did it and the mistakes I made. You know, why not? Let's do it as another giveaway. 4 giveaways in like a short period of time. It's fantastic. So yeah, but the real giveaway will be the actual finished journal like this. Okay, I will probably give away the prototype for fun, and you can tear it apart, or you can, you know, use it for yourself because you don't mind a bit of abnormality in your journals. But I will be giving away a finished one with hopefully no mistakes in it. for you guys for Christmas. And all of that is going to happen if I can just reach 200 subscribers. And I'd like to say at this point, thank you very much to Terry. You're an absolutely amazing friend to me, and we only are friends across this ridiculous internet that spreads worldwide, but it doesn't matter to me. You're a very, very sweet lady, and I thank you very much for putting that post on Crafting Cousins. And if you don't know who Crafting Cousins are, Trish and Kay are just the nicest people. Oh my goodness, I just love them. They're such sweet people, and I think I was their 6th subscriber when they first started out, and now they have thousands, and I am so happy for them. They're so talented in what they do. They do all kinds of DIYs, from paper to wood to Christmas to Thanksgiving. They are just fantastic, and the best thing about them is they have been crafting, they won't mind me saying this, talking about age, but they've been crafting for a really long time. I'm 48. I've only been crafting 5 minutes, really, unless you can count being a teacher, and then obviously you craft several displays every single week. But yeah, they have been doing it a long time. They've done craft fairs, so they know the pitfalls, they know the ins and outs. And they're gracious and sweet enough to share them with you. So just check out their channel if you're thinking of doing craft fairs. If you're thinking of making things to sell at craft fairs, just go and watch them when they do their craft chat, because there are just so much information that can help you out, you know, and just help you before you make any mistakes or whatever. So yeah, definitely check them out, and thank you both, Trish and Kay. I don't know what I'd do without you. I thank you very much for everything you do for me. So that said, let's get on with this journal. It's looking a bit handmade on this side, more than I'd like, but that's okay. So what I've got for you today is I have, first of all, these are some printables that I have access to because I am a member of Graphics Fairy. I have a membership with them. So I'm going to use some of these printables as part of the journey. Journey. That's the journey to the journaling. I'm going to use this as part of the journal. Now, their specifics for use of these are that they need to be used in a finished product. So that is why we're going to do this. These will not be obviously given away or anything like that. These are specifically for members to use, and I'll be adapting these to put into my journal, decorating them, messing around with them so that they're completely changed, and I won't be breaking their terms of use. But certainly, yes, these are the ones that we're going to use to decorate the journal and to have on the front and things like that. Okay, they won't be part of the ephemera that will be in the journal for you to decorate with. Okay, now the ephemera that we are using, okay, I am back with a few bits and bobs. So I wanted to show you the kits that I have, and I will leave a link below. I promise I will this time. I always forget. I'm hopeless, honestly. These are from okay, Scrooge. There we go. I just had a complete blank. And these are from Calico Collage. They're just these wonderful little book plates that you can cut out and use. They're just fantastic, beautiful, beautiful collection. So that's from Calico Collage, you can see there, and I'll put a link below. This one is, I believe, from Antique Papery, and these are just beautiful. Yeah, Antique Papery digital collage sheet. Okay, and these are just these beautiful vintage pictures. I just love them. Let me just flick that again so that I'm in frame properly. They're just so pretty. I need to check to make sure that this sheet is from them as well. I think it's just those three. Let's just get it right. Yeah, there we go. So that's Antique Papery. I'm pretty sure that those are the two from her. These also might be from her as well. Let me just check. I'm just going to open up my Etsy and make sure that I know what I've got here, so that you guys know exactly who's got what. No, I think these, yeah, I think they're all from Antique Papery. I wouldn't swear to that, but I'm pretty sure that both these sets are from her. So yes, they're just some beautiful, beautiful images, and these are a couple of different sets from her shop. So take a look at those, and I'll put the links below definitely to these particular pieces. I'm going to use mine, of course. Because if I didn't use my own digitals, I would be a bit sad. I'm asking you guys to buy them at some point, but yeah, but these are my freebie. If you didn't see the video yesterday, If you would like me to email this sheet to you, all you need to do is to put your email address in the comments below and I will send this to you free of charge. And yes, this is my first go at doing some real digitals that aren't just labels, some digitals that include images and backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. So I'm quite proud of them. So I'm giving them away to you for free because you guys are just awesome. So yeah, that's those there. And then on top of that, I also have, this is just particularly amazing because these are on sale at the moment. So for goodness sake, go across and look at these. These are from Yours Creations at Etsy, YRS Creations at Etsy.com. We have these amazing tickets, which I love. And then we have this whole page of beautiful stamps. Oh, they're just gorgeous. Look at those, they're just amazing. There's a couple of New Year ones in there. More beautiful tickets, this time with images and numbers. Just fantastic. And I will put, oh, look at this one as well. What's in the stocking, Christmas menu, countdown to Christmas. All of these are going to be used for you guys to decorate this journal. I will put some of these in there. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I need to think about how I'm going to create a pocket here, or whether I'm just going to kind of decorate in the center with some paper on top, because I kind of like the mixed media look. I think probably she would look quite pretty there. And on the front, I might put a Dickensian thing on the front there, so we'll leave that for now. So I'm just going to place her there, and we're going to see whether the 3-in-1 will cope with this, because I'm having trouble with glues at the moment. I think probably if I can today, I'm going to do a little experiment of some different types of glues to give you some ideas of what to use on cotton, because fat quarters are readily available, they're nice and cheap, and they pretty much do a journal cover because of the size. That stuck pretty well actually, so we'll just leave that there. And then I'm going to think about maybe putting a pocket in here, just a small one at the bottom, just, you know, a piece of paper that can be tucked in. So we'll leave that there. Now the idea of this journal is that someone can actually go through it and talk about their Christmas, create their Christmas. So certainly things like Christmas Eve, Jolly Santa, family dinner, or this kind of thing. I'm going to cut some of these out and include them for someone to put onto each page, you know, maybe with a little clip or something like that. But I also want to decorate parts of the pages as well. So I'm going to grab some of my digitals to start with, and I want to do a little tuck spot here, so no, someone can still write on there, but I want a teeny tiny tuck spot that will work on this page for anybody to put things in there. But I don't want to take up too much room on the page itself, because what I find with some journals, and what I found with some that I'm making, is I get carried away with all the ephemera, and there's not a huge amount of room for someone to kind of record things or write, and I think that's my bad. But I have seen other people do it too, you know, just too much stuff going into the journal, and then you find that you think, well, how will someone kind of use that or decorate that when you know, when they come to kind of fill it with what they want to fill it with. So I'm very aware of that with this Christmas journal. Goodness, this is gluey. There's nothing worse than glue bogies. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Don't say you don't. Don't pretend to be shocked because I said the word bogey. Oh dear, they're boogers in America, aren't they? You know what I'm talking about when you get glue bogies on 3-in-1. We all have it. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Oh goodness. Oh dearie me. So I'm going to use a little bit of 3-in-1 because it's handy. I'll find my glitter glue in a second. And I'm just going to put that there. And that's going to be a little tiny tuck spot to put things in. And I'm not going to go overboard with the decoration with this. Right, let's find this 3-in-1, which sorry, this art glitter glue, which is undoubtedly going to be stuck as usual. And I'm going to find my pin, which is in here somewhere. My little mixture of things that I find on my desk from time to time. No, it's not. Okay, let's reach for another pin. Get my little pin bucket. Okay, yeah, so I think, you know, we need to leave people the room, because this could be a planning journal for someone to plan Christmas. They could use it for, you know, putting photographs in to show what events they went to, although there aren't very very many events, but you know what I'm saying. You could use it for all kinds of things. I think prep would be a good thing, you know, getting ready for Christmas, to-do lists and things like that. So let's see what I have to go on the top here and to go inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the countdown to Christmas, I think, which would be a great one for people to start their page with. So we'll cut out countdown to Christmas. I hope you're all well, guys. We've been stuck in a lock-in again. It looks like we're going to be stuck in a lock-in until Christmas, which I cannot tell you is, it is so depressing. I can't even tell you how miserable it is. But you know, it's essential. There's a lot of people getting very grumpy about it, which I understand. But unfortunately, our government did go for herd immunity in the beginning, and that wasn't the best course of action at all. Getting all political here, but it's true. Those countries that locked down a lot quicker, you know, did not suffer as much as we are. We let 20 million people into this country in March and April, and that's just ludicrous. You know, that was what brought the spread here. But there you go. Okay, so enough politics, but yes, it's not very good that we've got to stay in, and everything's kind of up in the air. We don't have a Christmas fair in my village this year. Makes me sound posh, doesn't it? In the village, darling, but I'm really not. But yeah, it is a village. They call it a town, but it's only got 6,000 people that live here, so I don't really know. I think it's because we've got like a high street and that makes it a town. But yeah, so who knows? I have no clue. So at this point, I'm going to grab some of these beautiful cards that I have here from Antique Papery, and I'm just going to look at some. Oh, look at this, how cute is that? So I'm just going to look at some images and cut some out for little mini journal cards, and what we'll do is we'll back those with some lined paper when we get a sec, because you know me, I don't double print unless I'm definitely going to use something as journal cards or things, but I tend to just print and then I stick on. I like to glue on the back because then you've got a sturdy journal card. The paper I use is 160, because I find anything, you know, the next step I think is about 200 that I could find, or 250. It's just too much. So we're just going to tuck a few little journal cards in here, just looking through and see. I'd like some different ones, so I'm thinking that the Christmas bell would be quite pretty to go in there. So as you can see, I'm not going overboard with decoration for any of these journals. If you do buy one from my shop, you'll see there's plenty of scope to add, you can even add pages, because obviously this is only a ribbon binding. So, you know, if you wanted to, you can add more to this journal. That's why I've left the hinges nice and loose, because then you can expand slightly. I mean, not a lot. I should probably make the hinges a little bit looser on the next one, so that if you did want to expand it, you could do that if the 10 pages wasn't enough. So I think I've put 5 pages in here, so that's 10 pages sides in total. But it's entirely up to you. Maybe I'll add a few more, actually. I'm thinking maybe just a few more pages, maybe 15 or so, but you'll see in my shop once I get them in there. So I've just got a couple of journal cards there and a countdown to Christmas. And you can see that the holes are quite big for the ribbon, but as long as they don't pull too much, you don't want to rip when you're tying up. That's another thing I would say. So I'm really excited about using some of these. So I think on this double page, I'm just going to put a couple of beautiful stamps. Oh, there's a puppy. That's so sweet. You know me and puppies, me and dogs. So yeah, let's do that. I actually went out yesterday because I don't drink that much. We have, you know that my mum and I share a home, and we do have a glass of wine. Occasionally in the summer we'll have a gin and tonic, but we're not like, you know, we have a glass of wine with dinner, with red wine usually, because it's quite good for you, and we measure out and make sure that we're not drinking too much. And the only time we ever really drink anything else is at Christmas, when we might have sherry or something like that. But we do drink wine at Christmas, and we drink Prosecco. And oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Top tip, do not put glue all over your page, good job. This is a prototype. I don't think I'm going to give this away. This is going to be a little bit too messy to give away, but if anyone wants it, you can let me know and I will give it to you. But it is, you know, you've just seen what I did there. But if you want it, it's yours. So yeah, I did go out and nip out and get decide to go and get some bits and bobs for Christmas. And I went to Aldi and I was so happy because they've got all their kind of Christmas wines in and all their Prosecco and things like that. And I basically decided that for December we're not going to like have a few days of silly, we'd never have a few days of silly drinking or everything, but you know, I just decided to buy a few bottles and one gin liqueur, which was quite nice because it's if you can believe this, it is Millionaire shortbread flavour. Yeah, and I'm going to have it on the rocks as a little tipple to celebrate Christmas. The only good thing about my illness is it does allow me to drink alcohol in obviously moderation. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having that, and it was just so much fun to kind of think, oh, I'm buying for Christmas. It was a much nicer experience to think about that. So yeah, I was quite pleased to do that. I think I'm going to probably, let's see, I might use another one of these beautiful tickets that I have from Yours Creations. I'm just thinking, what should we start with? All I Want for Christmas is a good one, isn't it, if you're writing lists? So I'm just going to put that in. I think I will sort of label some of the pages for whoever gets the journals, because I think that would be quite nice to have some kind of writing prompts and things. Yeah, so it was quite nice to think, oh, I'm buying a few Christmas beverages, you know, for Christmas, because this year has not been the best, has it? It's been particularly rubbish for most people. For some people it's been devastating. So yeah, it's not a good year for anyone, I don't believe. Maybe those that kind of made money out of the crisis. But yes, not for many people. So I'm just going to stick this here across that stamp, and just yeah, go ahead. I try not to be political and then ends up being political. Sorry, I'll shut up now. It's difficult not to be political when you've got a pandemic. Okay, so there we go. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm just going to go through and just kind of create a few pretty pages, and then we'll see what else we want to put in it, because I'd like to add a little bit of sparkle today. Yep, you heard it. In fact, I've got some here. What colour is this? Is that, oh, that's perfect. Let's do it now. So I have a little bit of this bling on a roll, which most of us can get hold of if you've never. It's cheapest in AliExpress, although we are starting to get it over here. I wonder if I need gold. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, oh, maybe gold, maybe gold. Right, bear with me, I'll be back. Okay, didn't have gold in my stash, but what I do have is rose gold and green and this kind of silvery, pretty, I don't know, we call it flower design. So I'm going to try some of the rose gold because I think this will look particularly pretty in this album with all the gold and red. So I'm just going to get a few pieces here. And we're just going to stick those down just to decorate this part of our journal. Right, let's grab that end. Now, where do I want it? Let's see. I think I want to put it on the All I Want for Christmas, just at the top there. Hopefully that art glitter glue will make that stick. That looks quite pretty. Just move these little pieces out of the way. And then what I thought I would do, whoops, is I'm going to put them in like they're holding a photograph in. So I'm just going to take 3. I'm going to put it on this corner like so. Another little 3. Just cut that one off because I don't need that little one. Over there. And one more. Okay, I'm just going to put these at the edges so it looks like little photograph corners. Like so. Okay, that looks quite sweet. There we go. Thank you for your kind wishes, by the way. I Had some lovely messages from Mimi and from Terry, just saying, hope you feel better soon. So thank you very much. I definitely do. That's why I'm back with you. So there we go. So that's another page. We don't want to go overboard with this journal. Let's have our buyer, you know, enjoy it for what it is, and our giveaway winner. Okay, so let's see what we have next. I'm thinking I want to kind of do something pretty with this, just in the center here, or maybe right in the center of the book with no, that's, we've got our ribbon there. So I'm just thinking maybe we'll skip a page. I think I'm on this next page here. I think I'm going to use some of that green. Okay, let's see what else we have. So I have, just going to grab, if I can find underneath this pile of all sorts of things. Got some more of these beautiful stamps here, and I've got a couple of my own journal cards. So I think again I'm going to create another little pocket here. I'm just looking through to see what I fancy. I'm not actually using much of the Graphics Fairy after all. I think it's just because I've seen these and I love Graphics Fairy, but I'm very aware of their terms and conditions, so I just want to make sure that I'm not that I don't break them. But I may use one of their little tags and things because they're very pretty. I think a tag would go nicely in here. There we go. So I'm just snipping out this little girl and boy here. And I think what I'm going to do on this page is I'm just going to create a little pocket in this corner, and I'm going to put some tickets in there. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around with this and just glue this all the way around. Whoops. And pop that there on this corner. And this is going to be a little tuck spot, if you like, little pocket. I know it's not strictly a pocket because I haven't folded up the edges. And some of these really sweet tickets here are going to go in there. So I think I'm going to definitely have what's in the stocking. And we'll choose some other ones. I'll tell you what, let me cut this out and I'll come back with you. So I've cut out a little strip here, and I've used my single hole punch. If you haven't seen them, this was about £3 from Amazon. Very, very cheap, handy little thing. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them up as though they are a ticket run, so to speak. And I'm just going to put them in the top there. And then when someone pulls them out, they've got that lovely tickety feel because they're all in a line. And then these ones I'm just going to save over here because I definitely want someone to have these as well. And I'm just going to make another pocket on another page for these. So we'll just quickly snip the last of those out. I think that's all I kind of want from there, because Christmas vacation, I think I've got Christmas menu. Let's just double check. Christmas dinner, I think, is what I've got. Christmas Eve would be a good one, wouldn't it, to add. And maybe family dinner as well, in case somebody wants to add 2 little tags there. Okay. You know, and this set here would just be great if you just wanted to decorate a scrapbook as well. You know, they don't have to go in a journal, but it's a great little kit. Very happy with it. And very inexpensive. I'll give you some prices actually in just a sec so that you can see. Well, you can look for yourselves, but they are very inexpensive at the moment because they're on sale. So and some of them being discontinued. So take a look at those. And I think I'll take Christmas in Your Heart, and then I think we'll leave that there because this is only a small journal. But you know, people will probably use these to decorate each page. Maybe put photographs in if you've got one of those you know, mini printers. I can't remember what they're called. I've got one. I don't use it as often as I should because I forget about it, but it's one of these, this HP goodness, rockets I think they're called. But yeah, they're getting cheaper actually, and obviously in the sales at the moment. I think this one was about £50 off, so that was quite amazing, and they're not particularly expensive to get the films and everything. So yeah, so we'll definitely use these. I won't clip them yet, we'll do that when we get to the right page. But I think I'm happy with all of those. I don't think we need Christmas party or vacation because I doubt many of us are having that because we've all got to stay indoors. Oh dear. Right, so yeah, so we'll put those little tickets just sticking out there. That's looking lovely. And then on this page, let's see, I have a little there's a really pretty envelope here. Let's see, let's see, I have got a Merry Christmas as well. Hang on, amongst all the stuff that I have on my desk, here we go. This is pretty little holly berry. So I'm just going to trim that properly because it looks like I've cut that a bit wonky. And again, I'm just going to put that on that page as decoration. Come on, Art Glitter Glue, don't get bogged already. I left a pin in this by accident. I noticed that when I started to use the glue, it came out brown because it made the pin rusty. So that wasn't very good. So I'll just put holly berries up there, and then while I'm at it, I'm just going to grab a few little bits and bobs from my stash. I've got some holly and let's see. Sorry guys, I'm just going through all of my bits and bobs over here. Aha, here we go. So I have got some pretty holly. I've got a little stash of Christmas things here. Been around for ages actually. I don't do a lot of Christmas stuff. I do it from time to time when I'm in the mood. But I don't do a huge amount. And I've got these lovely little charms, and I'm wondering whether we could create something with those. I've got a little gingerbread man and a little Christmas tree, so we might be able to do something with those. Let's see how many I've got. I probably need to use just one because I want to make sure I've got enough for each journal. Let's take a look and see how many I've got. Oh, I have got quite a few. Maybe we will have enough to put 2 in each journal because I want to make sure that they're similar. Yeah, I definitely have enough. So we'll probably use 2 of these here. Let's just grab the rest and put those out. I can see I've got funny little hooky things and stuff there as well. I don't know what they're for. That's really strange. The things you find in your craft room. It looks like bauble holders, you know, where you pop them inside. Okay, we'll leave that there. A little Christmas wreath. I have a little dog. And I definitely have some lovely little holly, which we could put on the page. Or I do have more traditional. I think probably more traditional might work, but it is bulkier. So maybe we will use that on the front, something like that. I've got some ribbons somewhere as well, which I need to find. Got a little white dog. They're not really going to go though, because these might be okay, but it is a Victoriana kind of Christmas. I do have these pretty bells, which might work. So let's leave all those little bits out. And we'll go from there. I'm just looking to see, I have some little Christmas pegs as well, and I think these might come in handy for the journal. Got most of them are in green, so that works quite well. There we go. I'll take out some more wreaths, getting ready to decorate all of them all at once. And some more holly. So yeah, we have bits and bobs to decorate the front and things, which is really good. Oh, let's put those down there. Okay, right, that's good, that's good. We've got lots of bits and bobs now. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that as it is. We could put a piece of little holly there. I don't think that would hurt, but I don't think it really needs it, so we'll leave that there. Now this one, I want to add a little bit of bling to this page, because why not? So I'm just going to run a little bit down there. I'm just going to snip that here, and I'm going to cut that right the way up the middle so that we have a piece that's a bit more usable. There we go. Oop. I think that might be a bit much, so I think I'm going to cut that again and just put 2. I don't want to overwhelm the journal with lots of decoration. Let's keep it nice and simple. There we go. And if you didn't want to put too much in, you could always just use 1 string, but I quite like the 2. I think that just gives this page a little bit something extra. I'm just wondering whether we want to kind of put it on a different page, you know, for it to be like a Christmas Day page, you know, at the end. I might put it here. I'm trying to think about if I was going through the journal myself, I kind of, you know, preparation and more prep, and then kind of probably around this page would be the day, or maybe even the center. So, but I'm going to put it on this one because this could be a Christmas Eve page. So let's just sort that idea out first. I'm going to put plenty of art glitter glue right the way down. If it will come out, it's playing up again. Oh, if only we could have art glitter glue without a nozzle that got stuck. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this down this side and hope that that's enough glue for it to stick. Trying to get it quite straight is tricky because it's obviously wants to bend up. Just going to put my hand on that. There we go, that's not too bad, that's fairly straight. Art glitter glue is great for grabbing quickly. It's a bit like Aileen's glue as well. You know her, it's the fast tack or something, I can't remember the name of it, but hers also just grips really quickly. So they're both really good glues. Alright, let's find the other one. Here it is. I'm just going to pop this piece down, make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. Lovely. So, you know, that's pretty much all the decoration you're going to need for a page like that, because you need to leave space for people to write. So let's see what we want to do on this page. And as I say, I'm only using a couple of kits for this, so you know, if you wanted to make your own, it's not all that expensive. So let's look at this one from Calico Collage, because the images in here from the Dickens book are pretty amazing. So I'm just going to first of all cut out this this cover as a pocket, tuck spot I should say, and I'm going to tuck spot some of these images inside it, because it would make a fantastic little journal pocket to put all of your thoughts in there about Christmas. Oh, I've just cut into that image, that wasn't very clever. Never mind, we can cope. Lovely. And what I thought I'd do, if I can find my little tiny paintbrush, which is here, but it is a little bit glued up. Let me see, because it has got a funny point to it. I shouldn't really have used it for glue, but I needed a fine point brush. There we go, it's not too bad. It has a little bit of glue on it, but we all do it, don't we? Let's just rough that up a little bit. It's not too bad. Okay, and all I'm going to do is grab some of my Inca Gold at this point, and I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of it just to dab around this image. As you can see, it's just given that lovely shimmer to that little pocket there. And you know, if you wanted to, you could do a bit more and go down the edge. I love this because you can see the images through it. It's not as though you're covering them up. And I kind of like the fact that it's not precise. It's quite difficult to put Inca Gold on precisely, I find. It's kind of good for edging and things. Let's just use a little bit there, just to go along this edge here. There we go. So you've just got a little bit of shine on that one, which I really like. Okie dokie. Let's put that up there. Whoops. And I'm just going to pop this. I'm just going to use a little bit more Inca Gold on that corner there. There we go, you see? It's looking really pretty. Right, so we'll just use this as a little tuck spot for some more images. Bit more glue. Okay, pop that there in that corner. It glitters beautifully. And I mean, if you're brave, you could kind of put a bit more Inca Gold, you know, around the page. I'm really bad at it. I'll show you kind of what I mean. So if you've got an image, let's just use my finger for this. I'll show you on one of these, because if it goes horribly wrong, I've only lost one tag. But I find it really difficult to kind of get around the edges of this. I always think it looks a bit of a mess, but I'm not sure. Perhaps you can tell me in the comments. And if I use a bit of this Inca Gold and I kind of go around with my finger, because you can't really use a brush with it. Not only to dab like I just did, but not really to kind of paint where you want it. See, I just end up putting too much on, and then it just becomes a bit of a mess. So you can see why I only use it sparingly. I need to watch Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, because I think she uses quite a lot of it. So I need to go back and watch her videos and see where she uses it and how, because she's pretty good apparently. Right, let's choose some of these wonderful images then from this. I kind of like this one because this has got one of the ghosts in it. I think, oh actually I think this is Marley in this one. It says on the bottom, I know him, Marley's ghost. So we'll pop that one in. That's kind of an iconic image, isn't it? I think actually Andrew Lincoln is in the old, doing Scrooge at the Old Vic, and you can pay to do a contribution of minimum £20 to watch it on Christmas Eve or whenever you want to, and it's a live performance. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm pretty sure you can watch it around the world. So wherever you are, if you look up the Old Vic and look up A Christmas Carol with Andrew Lincoln, who was in Walking Dead, he played Rick. I think you can actually watch his performance various times over Christmas. You'd need to check, obviously if you're Eastern Standard Time or something like that, check it against the GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and see what time it's actually being broadcast. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I must book tickets for that, because it helps keep the theatres going, and I just can't wait to see him as Scrooge. I think he'd be amazing. So yeah, do look at that if you're if you fancy watching it with the kids or the family. I think it'd be great, really good. So yeah, I'm just at the minute just choosing a couple more images. There we go. I think we'll do this last one here of Bob Cratchit, the poor guy, suffering under Scrooge's horrible regime. Okay, let's quickly snip that one. I think all of us watch Christmas Carol at Christmas, don't we? I know a lot of people do in the UK. Do you do it over there? Okay, there we go. So that's fine for that page. And I'm going to leave it there, guys, because otherwise this video is going to be so lengthy. How much more have I got to go? I've got 4, or I've got quite a few. So I'm going to come back to you next time. See, I didn't say tomorrow, because I get caught up in things or I don't feel well. And just finish this journal off. And hopefully by the time I come back to you, I'll have finished a few of them. I don't know, we'll see. But I will definitely be coming back to you either in another video, well yeah, definitely in another video, and say, right, okay, the journals are going in today, and then you can go and pick yourself one up. I'm sure that I could probably do US. From there, I just need to work out the postage. I think the postage is going to be pretty high, so you know, I don't know. It's quite difficult when you're buying from other countries, especially with posts and stuff like that. But yeah, anyone can obviously buy them in an Etsy shop. So there we go. So I'm going to leave that there for now, and when I come back to you, we'll carry on decorating and see how we go. All right, my darlings, I will see you next time. And until then, craft yourself happy. Take care. Bye.